Hello, good evening and welcome to Johnny's Prime. We are coming to you from our studios here at Koko Mimi Accra. We are live on DSTV channel 421, GoTV 125 and around the world on myjoyonline.com. I am Carlos Kaloni.
And I am Faustina. For tonight, the return of cash and carry at some health facilities across the country as a national health insurance scheme is left crippled by system collapse. We have the latest as the National Health Insurance Authority scrambles for solutions.
Tonight, the NPP's Ashanti Regional Chairman faces another night in police cells. We have details as his lawyer Andy Apiakobe says it's time for Parliament to make laws to ensure proper administration of bail to secure freedom of citizens.
Also tonight, NPP's National Council of Elders begins clamp down on presidential aspirants, establishing an ad hoc committee to supervise their conduct ahead of the January 2026 primaries. Meanwhile, questions are swirling over the committee's modus operandi and potential impact on campaigning.
And later on, government issues 10 directive to security agencies to put an end to attack on journalists. More from Minister in charge of Government Communications, Felix Kwachi Ofosu, at the Ghana Journalists Association's launch of its 29th Media Awards. This is Joy News. So we are independent, fearless, and credible.
Please stay with us.
Cash and carry has returned to many health facilities across the country tonight, with the National Health Insurance Scheme left crippled by a collapsed system. Patients are being turned away or forced to pay out of pocket. Some facilities have begun improvising by activating manual claims verification procedures. The head of the National Health Insurance Authority, Dr. Victor Asare Bampo, has been left alarmed following a visit to some facilities to assess the impact. My colleague Papani Ashali joins me in the studio now with more on this unfolding development.
Well, firstly, we know that the director or the CEO for NHI himself is going around trying to assess what the problem is. What again we know is that from our checks is that this is not a one-day thing. This is something some people in fact tell us that at least has been happening over the last 1 week. The exact problem we may not be able to tell, but as with the electronic systems, we know that this particular system that is being used is the National Electronic Health Records and Hospital Management System, a very vital system or platform that the NHIA and the hospitals or health facilities use to enter their claim, to verify their claim, and again, eventually to assess and receive their claims. And this is the system that is currently done. It only means that when you go to the hospital, when you're supposed to be keyed in as somebody who benefited from the NHIA for which the hospitals will go and take their claim. This is the system that is now problematic, that for some people, almost 1 week hasn't worked at all.
NHI himself has been visiting some of these hospitals. What are his findings?
Well, we know that he's been to two major places. He's been to the whole hospital again, and then he's been to the regional hospital, trying to assess for himself the situation on the grounds and the impact on it. What we also understand is trying to understand in this situation is to know how exactly we can work around the system as it stands now, and also to proffer solutions, how we can move this system forward.
Papa, so what did we find when we visited Egbawe SDA Hospital, for instance?
So we've been trying to understand what exactly this means on the ground at Egbawe Hospital. What we are told is that, you know that when you walk into a hospital, one of the first things you have to go through is to go to records. And at records, what we understand is happening, or what we saw happening at Egbawe, is that if you go to records, the normal thing is for your name to be entered into the system or checked from the system. That system, because it's down now at the moment, we are asked to go through a different system where you're now asked to actually pay for some of the services that you have to go through. We spoke to some individuals who had been turned away because they insisted on going through the NHIA system, and unfortunately, because the hospital didn't have it, they asked them to go back to wherever they came from, find an alternative hospital. We can listen.
Process their card. They couldn't. They have to pay physical cash before they can do it for them. So They didn't really say anything. They just told us the system is down and it's everywhere for about 2 weeks. So I heard the nurse was even saying that a gentleman and a wife gave birth in the maternity, and then the prices shoot up, and then the man was complaining bitterly because he thought NHIS will sort part of it. Of course, or if the system is down, they have to do something about it because you cannot afford. It's not everybody that can afford healthcare without NHIS attached to it. So I think 1,500 or so. Yeah, 1,500. I can't really give the figure, but I don't think that I've even gotten to how.
But Michael, I know that you also interacted with the patient. They had their card with them, but still had to pay out of their pockets.
Yeah, so because ordinarily what we understand is that the NHIS system more or so cuts in half how much you actually expected to pay at the various. In some cases, in fact, absorbs the full cost of your processes at the hospital. You're going to see a doctor and the medication and everything. But in some cases, we know that you have to pay, or the card only covers half. For this particular person that we interacted with, although you have your card, the system is not working. So it means that we cannot lay claim to whatever services we render to you. And at this point, that particular person was asked to go ahead and actually decide to pay for the services. And that particular person actually told us that they had to pay for consultation and again for some of the medication that he in particular was given at the Igbawe hospital that we met him and interacted with him. We can say that, I mean, for some of those who are in those situations, the major problem is that we don't know, and therefore we appear at the hospital banking our hopes on this system that we expected it to work. And that's where the major problem is, to meet with disappointment and ask to go home and finding a solution, not knowing where exactly to actually go for a solution in this case is the biggest problem. We hope that the boss or CEO for NHIS will definitely profess some solutions pretty soon.
Thank you so much, Michael.
Well, moving on, the case involving the alleged murder of 38-year-old immigration officer Stephen Kenamwa has been adjourned once again, this time to October 22nd, 2025, as prosecutors told the Adabraka District Court they are still awaiting forensic result and a comprehensive cause of death before forwarding the docket to the Attorney General's office. My colleague Jacqueline Ansoma Ebu has more.
The case for the late immigration officer Stephen Kenamwa has been adjourned again to 22nd October 2025. Now, what transpired in court today? So the prosecution prayed for more time because they were still waiting for the forensic results and, of course, the comprehensive death report or the cause of death for the late immigration officer Stephen Kenamwa. And also the lawyer for the accused person, the second accused person, Thomas Ika, prayed to the court that they stick to the time that is being given, because usually they get here earlier, then they bring the accused persons a little bit later than the time proposed.
Family members who were also in court expressed their thought on today's proceedings.
Ono na ekunya de hye no ba ende o de brebra so se on se nipa de o ye bone a ntimi nyon kasa me na me ye na se ekwan ofa so okun no no bright ntimi mie na no kasa o ne kun no da because unkum nipa ntwitwa ne nan ne nsam frisu me jon kasa me na me kun no wa ye bone be menyi skama wa ma wie ye ni enti ye da obi a obegya ye yie ni bia ase ye yi ne ya ye na ye ye wie but ye hwe de case ne be kwa kusi na yenso case ni de enye bright enye awere ho ne enye awere ho kyena Sebase umu jana ma ekra na nke mra of Ghana ha nke umu jana ma nke betima mbona kuno atuaka atentene ye adwuma eri obi ani asem ne wo yo mo adwen se atentene na nkasa de se anya adwuma ene ye nso wo mo katua ombenya esan se obi ntimi ko ka obi moja nwusei moja eni bim eni fo moja eni fo akoka egu otutwa ne basabasa wo yi ne spare pass. Let's say we want to me and cancel ye. No more than say 4 years any the besie no or more than the baba so. It's answer yeah, sabe ye need scabetia and in this case we won't say what could I can't say motor there.
And once you didn't ban your son, up and down, move join the cases. I say, more to us, that's a say. Say, I'm going. Say, how want to me? I could to a mama fan quack as I don't know more fan quack as you. Nabushia, dear Quaniaba, Yenya this year, a free Muse Yayano, Yenya near Quenyo. But one more dear Yamra Samno, Ewa Quenya.
So that is what transpired, and prosecution is waiting for all these details, then forward the dockets to the AG before they can proceed. So that is why the case has been adjourned again to 22nd October 2025. Reporting for Joy News, I'm Jacqueline Ansima Yaboa.
Let's head now to Wa, where residents in the Wa municipality have expressed satisfaction over the arrest of 2 suspects by the police linked to the alleged murder of 16 men in the municipality. The 2 suspects, 30-year-old cobbler and ex-convict Sharif Abdullahi and 25-year-old painter Muhammadul Lamin, were arrested by the police in Wa last week. Though residents are commending the police for their work, they would like them to dig further to apprehend more suspects linked to the suspected mysterious murders in the municipality. Joy News' Upper West Regional Correspondent Rafiq Salam reports from Wa.
For almost 4 years, 16 persons, majority of whom were night watchmen, were killed in cold blood at various suburbs in the Wa municipality. The revelation from the Upper West Regional Police Command is therefore good news for residents of the municipality, particularly night watchmen who felt relief over the arrest of the 2 suspects.
Very happy for that one. They are very, very happy because we have been hearing it, but we are not seeing any sign. But now we get the sign. We are very happy about that.
I'm over happy. I will take my greetings to big men and then the politicians. They are doing what we want. Reciprocal. I'm pulling the ear. Yes, I'm very, very excited because of that.
We are comfortable, like the way they arrested the suspect, we are comfortable. The way they arrested the 2 suspects, we know that maybe if some are hiding any place, maybe they can get them and add.
Some residents also shared their thoughts, stating that for the first time in several years, they went to bed with both eyes closed.
Because nowadays killing was their habit. They will say they'll kill and be free, no catch them. But it's like the police are now working. So it's a happy thing.
I didn't even lock my gates because I know something good awaits us here.
For businessman Alhaji Zakaria Zeblem, popularly known as Alhaji Muskla, the arrest of the 2 suspects is a personal battle won, and he commended the police for a human job.
Because when this thing happened, it was circulated the whole time, which people was pointing a wrong direction for this issue, which even some times ago, they arrested some vehicle, which is resemble my vehicle. Then I was there, they called me and said, Alhaji, we heard that they have taken your car. I said, it's not my car. That time I was in Kumasi. So I have to let my boy to go house and bring my car out for the people to see that that is not my car. And secondly, when I'm going, I'll be hearing that, Alhaji, we learn IGP have sent people to come and pick you. I said, well, maybe the people are on the way coming, but I didn't see anybody. But I thank God for this thing, how these police have been able to get these 2 suspected on this killing.
Though they are commending the police for the arrest of the 2 suspects, it is their belief that many more are out there who they will want the police to go for. There will be some big mess at the back. They should investigate. If they investigate, I know they will catch them. Because as you are seeing the case, the way the case is, it's not like the boys alone. There are some big men in the back.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
Let's now shift our attention to some politics, because NPP's Ashanti Regional Chairman Bernard Entry Boisiaku, also known as Chairman Wontumi, faces another night in police cells for far from the comfort of home. Despite securing a 25 million Ghana cedi bail bond, the verification process remains incomplete, casting uncertainty over his release. Wontumi is accused of engaging in illicit mining activities with multiple charges leveled against him. He maintains his innocence, pleading not guilty to all counts.
Serious bottlenecks in the bail administration that incarcerates so many innocent people and deny them their liberty. Andy Apiakubi says as soon as his client, Chairman Wontumi, is released, he will petition Parliament and the judiciary, as well as the Ghana Bar Association and key stakeholders to improve the bail administration. Thankfully, Andy Apiakubi joins us live here on Joy News Prime. We appreciate your time. Now, as we speak, has your client been released?
The answer is no. Let me say good evening to your cherished listeners. The answer to your question is no. We have completed all the formalities, except that we were just a little late. By the time we finish with everything, the court had closed, and that we will come back tomorrow and complete it, because we've met all the conditions, including the verification and the evaluation. All the reports have been submitted. We are only awaiting the Yoko to submit the passport to the registry of the court as ordered by the court. So we are very hopeful that by tomorrow, Yoko will also submit the passport to the court, and that will bring finality to the process.
And so far, how is your client?
Well, he's okay, but you see, he couldn't be happy where. But as I said in the morning, it is for all of us as Ghanaians to, interrogate the process of bail application and the execution process that follows the grant of the application. It's for all of us as Ghanaians to bring some kind of perfection to the system. The system as it is quite unjust, and we need to, affect it to the advantage of citizens, because we expect people to enjoy their freedoms when they have not been found guilty of any offense.
And barring all unforeseen circumstances, you can assure us that your client will be released tomorrow.
I am very positive that tomorrow he will come out of custody, because we have met all the conditions possible.
And you say you escalate this once your client is free. You say you're going to petition the Ghana Bar Association on this key concern you have about the bail conditions in the country?
Yes. The systemic defaults ought to be cured. And I believe that Ghana Bar Association would be in a better position to promote this perfection. So I'll petition Ghana Bar Association to endeavor to engage the judicial service, and let's see how we can bring this situation to an end.
Thank you so much. Lead counsel for Chairman Wontumi, Andy Apiakubi, join us here on Joy News Prime.
Right, let's stay on the NPP, because the NPP's National Council of Elders have launched a clampdown on presidential aspirants, forming an ad hoc committee to monitor their conduct as the January 2026 primaries approach. The move has sparked a debate, with some questioning the committee's operating methods and potential impact on the electoral process. As the committee prepares to scrutinize aspirants' every move, concerns arise over its mandate, powers, and potential consequences for non-compliance.
While the committee's intention may be to promote peaceful and respectful campaign, several questions arise, and key among them, where's the line between free speech and respectful conduct? Who gets to decide, really, what's offensive or divisive? Now, will the committee's actions promote party unity or stifle competition? How will the committee balance the need for respectful conduct with the need for robust debate and free speech? As the committee begins its work, these questions will be critical in determining its effectiveness and its impact on the party's presidential primaries. Here's senior lecturer at the Political Science Department of the University of Ghana, Dr. Asa Asare, speaking on this issue earlier on the Pulse.
This call is a good one, but you pose a question to Mr. Dr. BAC as to the metrics. How are you going to measure that? And you couldn't give you an answer. It tells you that it's going to be a difficult exercise, because then it's going to be an omnibus type of program that defining it is a problem. That said, there is also the difficulty that a scheme like this should go with sanctions, so that people will be very much alive to the fact that when you cross the line, you are not going to be spared, you are going to be sanctioned. And these are the sanctions. And we didn't get that. So people will take it that it's business as usual, and that when I flout whatever they call rules of engagement, nothing will be, prescribed to me in terms of punishment. And that makes it difficult. Another thing is that how are you going to even, yes, the contestants themselves and then the key spokesmen and all that will stay within the rules. But what about their supporters who are on social media, insulting, attacking, using very, uncomplimentary language and all that? How are you going to work? These people, parties could hide behind these people, throw jabs into the system and disorganize the whole process. And that is going to be difficult for Dr. BAC and his team to measure. That another thing that is going to be also be difficult for him is that if we are campaigning and I have chance upon information that I can use against you in the area of corruption, and I have all the fact and all that, can't it launch it against you? Is it wrong for me to come out with it? If they want to block this, then I'm afraid that is going to be an exercise in futility, that nothing good will come out. But I know that the party has thought through the thing that is a good thing. And I know it's also a good call. But there are difficulties. One, with measurement. Two, enforcement. And three, we have also seen time and again that the party comes out. Don't start campaigning now until we do this, that. People cross the line and no punishment is given to them. So this time, what is going to be different? I don't know. Dr. BAC and his team has a Herculean task if they want us to believe that this one will come out with something different and it will bode well for the party. We wish them well.
Away from that, the Minister in charge of Government Communications, Felix Kwakye Ofosu, has announced that strong directives have been issued to security agencies to protect journalists from attacks and harassment. According to him, this move has led to a notable decrease in incidents of media practitioner harassment. He was speaking at the launch of this year's GJA Awards.
Report indicates that at least 18 journalists were physically or verbally assaulted in Ghana between January and July 2025, raising concerns about deteriorating press freedoms just months into President John Maham's administration. Speaking at the launch of the 29th Ghana Journalists Association's Awards in Accra, Mr. Kwakye Ofosu reiterated government's resolve to protect journalists as they continue to hold leaders accountable and promote transparency in governance.
In recent times too, we've had challenges with assaults on media practitioners. There are sections of our society who continue to view the media as nosy and people who should not get close to their activities, and therefore I want to abuse the rights of media practitioners. Thankfully, in more recent times, we've not heard of such reports. That is because firm instructions have been issued to all state security agencies to reform the way in which they relate to the media and to show a bit more courtesy than they are doing at the moment. So he continues to urge you to hold his feet to the fire of accountability, subject him to scrutiny, even rigorous scrutiny.
On his part, President of the Ghana Journalists Association, Albert Kobnejumfor, urged journalists to remain firm and fearless in their reportage, particularly on security and environmental issues.
Ghana stands at a crossroad. We face threats of environmental degradation, social discord, and misinformation. The menace of illegal mining continues to ravage our lands and poison our rivers, threatening not only our natural heritage, but the very survival of our people. Peace and security, the cornerstones of our national stability, are tested daily by the forces of division, extremism, and disinformation. It is within this context that the media must rise, firm, fearless, and fair, as custodians of truth and conscience.
This year's Association's award ceremony is scheduled for November 8 at the Menchia Palace in the Ashanti region. Albert Jumfo described the decision as a novelty.
This year's edition of the GJA Media Awards is both significant and historic. For the first time in our history, our flagship national event will be hosted outside Accra under the auspices of no other person than His Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II, the Asantehene, at the Menchia Palace in Kumasi.
For Joy News, Fatao Bayaga, Accra.
You're still watching Joy News Prime. We're back with more. Please stay tuned in.
Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us here.
Further stories now. The Ghana Water Company Limited says it is considering taking legal action against Prophet Nigel Gazy, prophetic leader of Hill Chapel, after discovering that the church illegally connected water supply and removed its meter following an earlier disconnection over unpaid bill of 6,900 Ghana cedis. Addressing the media during the exercise, the regional communications manager of the company for Accra East, Nanayao Berima, described the conduct as a serious offense under the law governing this country. There's more in this report.
The Ghana Water Limited has extended its nationwide crackdown on illegal water use to Prophetic Hill Chapel, led by Prophet Nigel Gazy at Dome in Accra. According to the company's communications manager for Accra East, Nanayao Berima, Prophetic Hill Chapel, while owing 6,923 Ghana cedis, 13 pesos in unpaid bills, illegally reconnected its water supply and removed its meter following initial disconnection.
We disconnected the Prophet Nigel Gazy, and we went there. Reconnection had taken place. The meter was nowhere to be found. So we needed to bring in the police to enable us to disconnect again. And our people, indeed, because of the police presence, we have been able to effect the disconnection again. We have invited him to come to our office. He's owing 6,923 Ghana cedis, 13 pesos.
Describing the conduct as a serious offense, he stressed that the company will not hesitate to pursue prosecution if its legal team deems it necessary.
And in fact, this is the reason I'm doing this interview. So we want it to be known by everybody in Ghana that those days are gone when people could reconnect themselves and get by with it. No. This one, we are going to tell our lawyer if there is a need for some legal remedies to be sought, we will do it.
Nanayao Berima also urged the public to clear their outstanding bills, warning that the company is prepared to disconnect any customer in debts, regardless of the amounts.
It takes the bills you pay, 100 cedis, 20 cedis, 3,000, 2,000, for us to be able to buy chemicals, to be able to treat the heavily polluted water that we abstract from these rivers. And if you don't pay your bill, how do we buy chemicals to process the water, to treat the water? So we are not taking this any longer. Even if you owe us 200 Ghana cedis, we will come and disconnect you, and we will expect that you pay that money to the last peso before we reconnect you.
As of October 2025, the Ghana Water Limited is grappling with severe financial challenges stemming from unpaid bills and water losses. The company reported a staggering 52% non-revenue water rates, primarily due to illegal connections, meter tampering, and non-payment of bills.
Well, away from that, the municipal chief executive for Gushegu, Abdul Hafiz Adam, has cautioned that individuals involved in child marriage within the municipality could face up to 5 years in jail. Speaking during his appearance before Parliament Local Government Committee, he said the Assembly is intensifying efforts to curb the practice through education and strict enforcement of the law. The following report has more.
The MC for Gushegu, Abdul Hafiz Adam, explains that while traditional and cultural beliefs continue to influence early marriages, the Assembly is engaging chiefs and opinion leaders to align local customs with national laws. He added that offenders who ignore education and persist in marrying off minors are now being prosecuted, with some already serving prison sentences.
We need to educate them to know that whatever rule or whatever practice that is not in line with the national constitution cannot be allowed. So we need to educate the people. So we are engaging traditional leaders who are custodians of the customs and traditions of the people, so that the customs and the traditions that are not in line with the national constitution, we can together do something about it for the collective good of the people. But we have also this time around been very punitive. When we persuade you and you don't seem to agree with us, we finally have to resort to what? To the law course to prosecute you. And because of that, we have some people who are serving jail terms because of what? Issues of child marriage.
Meanwhile, the mayor of Tamale, Abdul Takoru, has expressed concern over the worsening water crisis in the metropolis, revealing that some areas go as long as 6 months without supply. Appearing before Parliament's Local Government Committee, he blamed the situation on outdated machines at the Danlun pump station, which continue to serve a population that has more than doubled over the years.
For almost 50 years now, the machines that were installed in that place is still the same machine that we use when it was taking care of about 11 million population. Now the population has doubled to 28 million. And this old machine is still supplying the people of Tamale water. So as a result of that, the Ghana Water Company do ration. If they give a particular areas for this day, then they close the pipes and move to another area. But thank God, under His Excellency John Dramani Mahmoud promises, the water and housing minister visited their place and then promised the people of Tamale that I think government and then European Union is signing an agreement.
The mayor of Tamale said the Ghana Water Company's rationing system has become unreliable, but noted that government, with support from the European Union, is working to replace the old equipment and improve water access for residents. Other MMDCs from the northern region also took turns to answer questions before the Local Government Committee.
Away from that, imagine a future where no daughter in Ghana has to fear cervical cancer. That is the powerful vision behind a historic nationwide campaign rolling out this October, aiming to protect 2.5 million girls aged 9 to 14 with the HPV vaccine. As the Bono East region prepares to vaccinate over 88,000 girls, health officials are making a direct appeal to parents to help turn this vision into reality by ensuring their child receives this life-saving shot. And as Sabit reports.
In every girl, there is a future leader, a doctor, an artist, a mother, a future full of promise. But for thousands in Ghana, that future is shadowed by the threat of cervical cancer. Now a landmark national campaign is stepping in to change that narrative. This October, from the 7th to the 11th, Ghana takes a monumental leap in public health. So a nationwide campaign to vaccinate some 2.5 million girls aged 9 to 14 against the human papillomavirus or HPV, the primary cause of cervical cancer. Dr. Freeman Samani is the acting Bono East Regional Director of Health Services.
In the Bono East, our target is to vaccinate all girls between the ages of 9 to 14 years, and that sums up to about over 88,000 of our women in both schools and out of schools. This is supposed to be done within 5 days. Even though it's very ambitious, we are sure with your support it will be achieved.
But with such a crucial mission comes the challenge of misinformation. Rumors have swelled, causing unnecessary fear among some parents. Dr. Samani urges the public to ignore misconceptions about the vaccination campaign, adding that the vaccine is safe.
We understand that some parents and community members may have concerns or questions. Let me assure you that the HPV vaccine is safe and effective. It has been used for more than 15 years in over 125 countries, protecting millions of girls worldwide.
The message from local health officials is clear and direct. The HPV vaccine is safe, effective, and will not cause infertility or any other health complications. The call to action is directed squarely at parents and guardians. The power to protect lies in their hands.
We urge parents of and guardians to give their consent and ensure that their daughters are present at school or vaccination sites. Of our religious leaders and traditional leaders as well, we count on them to reassure our communities that the HPV vaccine is safe, free, and is effective in protecting the health of our girls.
It is more than just a shot. It is a shield. A simple step today to ensure a healthier, brighter tomorrow for young girls across the country. Anna Sabit, Joy News, Kintampo.
Now, the thought of owning a home often scares prospective homeowners due to cost, mortgage payment, and maintenance. But a major sponsor of the EcoBank Joy News Habitat Fair, EcoBank Ghana PLC, has assured a special arrangement would be made for all prospective homeowners who visit their stand at the Accra International Conference Center from the 23rd to the 16th of October 2025.
Because we believe that home ownership should not just be a dream. Everybody must own a home, and there are very simple ways to do that. And at this fair, we've always been talking about, we have our mortgage products, but our diaspora mortgage is what we are actually encouraging Ghanaians living abroad, professionals, that this is a product that is specially designed for you, 10 years of repayment. So you can really own a home back home without all the drama. So come meet with us, let's talk at EcoBank and help you get a home wherever you are.
You're still watching Joy News Prime. We'll be back with Showbiz. Please stay tuned in.
Well, welcome back, and it's Showbiz time, which means Becky is here. What's up?
Hello to you. What's up to you?
I'm cool.
So we're just talking about Omar Sterling, and you were telling me that you went to school with him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a great guy, actually.
Yeah,
I love his music, and you know, I'm surprised I don't see him as, you know, doing a lot of interviews like the other artists do. And all of
he's
that.
a bit reserved, and I think that that's what I love about him.
Okay.
He is a bit reserved. He likes to make his work speak for him. He's out with something, I think he called it VTH. Yeah, VTH 2, and this is the first song on that.
Till its destiny is fulfilled. Beloved, you'll be fine. I have been through a lot of things in my life. There were times I came to the crossroads, go left, go right, what do I do? But since I've been
After a long wait, fans of R2B's Omar Sterling finally have something to celebrate. The rapper has announced the release of his project titled Victory through Harmony 2. The highly anticipated mixtape released on the 7th of October served as a continuation of Omar Sterling's signature storytelling and introspective style, blending soulful reflections with street wisdom. Known for his lyrical depth and authenticity, Omar Sterling, one half of the award-winning duo R2Bs, has built a reputation for projects that speaks directly to the heart and mind. Victory Through Harmony 2 showcases growth, resilience, and the rapper's ever-evolving artistry, giving fans a taste of matured hip-hop rooted in African rhythms and experience. Song he's promoting, he also made some, I don't know what to call it, but he is allegations that the industry is full of fake people.
Oh.
I wanted to really understand, but Kwakese, please explain to us why you say that the industry is full of fake people.
That I have shown love multiple times on their stage. They didn't show up, but the same night, there was another show somewhere. A Gen Z was having a show, and they showed up to the Gen Z. So, you know, so you said something before that, oh, you don't see me at events and stuff like that. You know, I'm not a pretender. I'm not the type that will come and smile with you and at the back of my head, there's something going on. So when pretenders meet, I don't go there. You see, the industry is full of fake people. They will see you today, they will smile with you, nice, do everything. But behind you, there's a lot going on. And you know, it's life, you know, it's life, and I take it like that, you know.
I guess we cannot live without fake people. It's everywhere, it's life, and we just have to, you know, live with it. But how can we curb fakeness?
We cannot.
Not just in the industry, but in
life, we cannot, because we have a lot of, all of us are imperfect human beings,
right.
And we have our shortcomings and all that. So I'm not expecting you to be perfect. There are times, you know, just as you're also not expecting me to be perfect. So that imperfection, I believe, is affecting that fake and real, you know.
You can be yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I try. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I try to be myself all the time. I'm not going to impress you because of, well, I don't know, whatever.
Anyway.
So why be fake?
You know, today is a special day for David.
Oh yeah, David. David is an October born. Happy birthday to you, David. We love you from, you know, the entire Joy News team, including the whole Joy brand.
David
Babu. David Babu. It's David's birthday.
Our director.
Yeah. He needed us to do that.
No, I'm just telling you.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, David.
He's a great guy, actually.
So are we supposed to buy him a present, or he's supposed to buy us a present? I just, you know, sometimes get confused when it comes to those.
We'll figure out something.
Okay.
Right.
So they should log on to myjoyonline.com.
Exactly.
Well, maybe you'll find something there. But most importantly, just go on the Arts and Culture page. That's where you find all the entertainment news. That's where we represent. That's what you love. So please, log on.
All right. Bye-bye.
Oh, bye-bye.
She go and jump, yeah. I'm about me fear, what's your bad me to say G? I'll catch them and say, and Eddie on my G. Born about me fear, Kojo Pokumina Minio. Born about me fear, Kojo Pokumina Mini. I'm about me chain, yeah, down, Otaki Kim, Otaki, Mimi Dime